just about recovering from the Christmas chaos, traveling, whatever little travel you could do, meeting family and friends over the new year, and diving headlong into another chaos, which is back to school. Especially if you have 2 or 3 children going back to school, maybe the first one starting school. But not to worry, we at AoDA, Samita, myself and my team, plus members of AoDA, the AoDA Mail Club. So we have got tips and tricks for you how to manage going back to school.
Hi, my name is Sharon and thank you AoDA for having me on your YouTube channel, and here's my 5 top tips for getting back to school ready. Gather up all your unused stationery that your kids may have been sent home with last year. So that will save and keep the costs down when you're ordering the stationery for the new year that they're going into. My second tip is to don't automatically buy your school uniforms from the uniform shop. Sometimes it can be more cost effective to go out to, say, Best and Less or Kmart and get the uniforms from there. They don't have to be exactly the same as long as they're the right colour. I find that keeps the cost down in uniforms. Number 3, don't leave it till the last minute to find that you haven't got the right hats or the right socks. For instance, my son's going into his last year of primary. He needs a different colour hat. So, and all those little things like school socks, what they wear last year, they might not be willing to wear this year. If you have a daughter, you might find that they often change their minds. So just check that, because you don't want to have that early morning tantrum on the first day of school. I'm not wearing those socks. We've all been there, I'm sure. Fourthly, wait till the school bags and lunch boxes are on sale. You can save yourself quite a small fortune if you find out what your child is wanting and just keep an eye on them, because they eventually will go on sale. It's always good to grab a bargain. And my last one is try and have all your uniforms, your lunch boxes, your drink bottles, everything ready the week before you go back to school. It's great to start the new year off feeling organised and efficient. And if you start that way, it hopefully will carry on that way. All right, all the best. Bye.
Let's talk about what we can do to make lunch boxes a little more appealing. You can get hold of these kind of tiffins. So these tiffins would normally come in 2 or 3 tiers. So what you can do is you can use the bottom tier. For instance, I have selected multi-grain bread, but you can use anything that your children would also like and consume. Multi-grain is healthy, but it has to be a balance between healthy and tasty. So, and for filling, you can use cucumber, you can use chutneys, you can use Nutella. I remember when my daughter was a little child, she would literally survive on Nutella sandwiches. So these you can prepare beforehand. You can wrap them with beeswax wraps and just put it in this in this little container, the bottom tier of the tiffin. Berries in general are good for everyone, especially for small children. So you can prepare your tiny little fruit platter, tiny fruit platter in the top tier, and that can be another alternative for your lunch box. But the problem is, if you give like strawberries and blueberries all 5 days of the week, your child might get a little bored. So what you can do is, see this box? So this is an Indian spice box. It's used for Indian spices, Mediterranean spices, herbs, etc. But I also use this to hold nuts, my different kinds of nuts, the seeds, the sunflower seeds, roasted chickpeas, and you can take a little bit of each and you can make your own pre-mix of nuts. Now you would tell me, Samita, why bother? We can buy like pre-mixed nuts. Yes, you can, but I'd give you a little tip here. So if you buy, individual different kinds of nuts, just maybe almonds or pistachios or cashew nuts, walnuts, very good for a growing brain. It looks like brain and it also contributes to the quality of your brain. Mingle them together and prepare your premix, so you'll know exactly what's going into the premix. And if you buy commercial ready-made kind of premixes, you end up with maybe a lot of peanuts or groundnuts and a little else of anything else. So if you make your own premix, it's so much more wholesome and it's so much more healthy and tasty. So that's another thing for your lunchbox. Now you would say, but I have a child who's allergic to nuts. That these days we also have to be mindful of the different allergies. So for the person who doesn't want nuts, what I would do is I would bake these mini muffins. I baked them last evening. So they are gluten free, they are nut free, and they are also low in sugar, because I am careful about the sugar content. So you can take all your mini muffins and you can pre-bake them and you can put them in the bread bag. These bread bags are just lifesavers. So all of these can be made, pre-made, maybe over the weekend, and you put all your savory muffins, your sweet muffins. These are like little treats and they go into your bread bag and you can roll it up, store it like this. So that's another thing for your lunchbox. And for your, children need variety, and they need to snack. So when you are giving whole fruits as snacks, you can use the mesh bags. You can store them here and you can even put a couple of apples, any other whole fruit, peaches for instance, a banana maybe, and you can just store it in this and also give it to your child like this. So, and for actually packing the lunch on the day, then these steel lunch boxes are just lifesavers. Why steel? Because steel is biodegradable, it's non-toxic, it's very sturdy and lasts for a long time. You wouldn't believe it, but I'm still using my mother's steel utensils. So you can use the bigger compartment for your sandwiches, for anything else that you might, the wholesome food that you might have prepared. And there's a little mini box here which is good for the fruits and the nuts that we had prepared earlier. So you can sneak in like a little sprout salad or something like that. So you can combine tasty with healthy and be very smart about it. And I would say that you get your children involved. You don't have to do everything yourself. Like a 5 or 6 year old can contribute to the making of her school lunch. She can help you prepare in the kitchen. So learning should be associated with fun. Initially when a child is starting out, he or she might be scared to go to school. But if you associate going to school with joy, with happiness, with playful fun activities, then the child would get rid of that initial fright, the scare, the anxiety associated with going to school will go away. You should link learning, say mathematical skills, simple numerals, simple mathematics with toys like these. This one would teach you size, shape, the basic shapes, a sense of proportion. This one, these cute little people are not just people to play with, they also sharpen your numerical skills. So for instance, you can learn simple numerals like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's not only about learning just the numerals, but you can also do simple mathematics with the whole thing. So how much is 2 and 3? Get your child to do it. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. And then would you want an orange top? So you've learnt that 2 and 3 equals 5. You've also learnt about 3 colors. You've learnt about green, you've learnt about yellow, and you've also learnt about orange. So you see, learning becomes fun.